everyone. In this video, I will show you how to navigate listening data. For exercise 4, you're going to analyze 2 listening trackers available under the first tab. Puma is my brand, so I'm going to click it, and you will see no data. Some of you probably see the partial data. First thing you need to do is changing the date range to all time. December, the post volume limit was 8,000, so it loads entire data. And then you will see the timeline graph. These include sample post and the real-time post you collected. The baseline is the dotted line. This shows when you created the tracker. Before this dotted line, it shows the sample post. These are only fraction of data that happened before. After this line, these are real-time posts you collected. These are the posts that mentioned your specific search terms. And then you will also see that there is suddenly no mentions at all. This is because your tracker reached the volume limit. It's not because there are no people mentioning your brand name. Okay, your brands, they look at this bar graph, and whenever there is a spike in the volume of mentions or the spike in engagement, they want to evaluate what's going on. We are not going to analyze this graph for this exercise, but in reality, brands have to monitor the activities in this line. Let's look at the definitions of each. These posts means the total number of posts that mentioned your search term. To understand the search term you entered, you need reminders. This is your first question in the report form. You want to review your search terms you entered several weeks ago. Click tracker setting and remember these search terms you entered. The reason you entered the user ID is because you want to understand the conversations going around your brand ID. Why people checked your brand ID? Are they excited about new products, or are they upset about what you are doing? You want to understand the conversations behind. Next, you want to include this specific keyword so that you can narrow down your search and find more relevant information. You want to see what kind of conversations is going around when they mention the name product or customer or the word boycott, or when they mention specific hashtag or your campaign name. What are the conversations behind? You want to see the volume of mentions, also who are the key users who use this specific hashtag. There's a lot of information you can pull. Going back to dashboard, make sure you change the date range to all time to see the entire data you collected. And then you will see the users. Usually you will see a large number. In case of a listening campaign, the users can be anyone who mentioned your search term. These users can be anyone coming from different part of the world. Users are very diverse. These users can be your influencer or a partner, your followers, or those who are upset with your brands or your brand itself. Basically collects any post that include your search term. Also scroll down, you will see the post type, but for exercise 4, you're not going to analyze these metrics at all. Just know that all these post types are made by different users. Do not assume that these replies are made by your brand. All these posts, listener, reply, or retweet can be made by any user who mentioned your specific search term. Reach and impressions are only projected numbers, not real numbers. These are vanity metrics. You don't want to overly rely on these big numbers. Also, don't interpret this data based on without analyzing actual post. Because you see the large numbers doesn't mean it's always good. You always have to analyze the conversations and sentiment. Next one is top post. You want to see what are the major conversations going on. There are 2 tabs available, most engaging conversation and the most recent conversation. For your exercise, we will focus on most engaging conversation. It shows only top 3 engaging posts, but you want to analyze more posts. You can click this link or go to Post tab directly and click Engagement tab to see the top post first. And evaluate at least 15 posts. And if there are many similar topics, then you want to explore additional posts. Next, you want to see diverse conversations going on. When there are similar topics going on, please explore additional posts. This is the major reason while you are analyzing listening data. So spend time to analyze, these top posts. To do that, you want to click each one and then see the photo and the conversation. If you go to the original platform, you can see the context and the interactions with the other users as well. Then go back to dashboard. You will see the tab called influencer users. Be careful, these influencer users means key users that are identified based on engagement and number of posts that mentioned your search term. We are not gonna look at the frequency data. Let's look at most engaging users. We list 9 key users, but if you click this user here on this tab, you will go to their page, their account. Instead of clicking here, you can click this link or go directly to influencer tab. It's already sorted by engagement. So these top 9 are listed on dashboard page. So you want to evaluate who these users are. See if there's any user that you want to build a relationship or you want to understand what they talk about your brand. Figure out the reasons why they mentioned your search term. To do that, you want to click each one. And this average engagement means the number of likes or retweet a post this user made about your brand. So click this one, and then you will see the post this person made, and click and then understand the post. These posts received this many engagement. Also, you can find out who this person is and what kind of post this person made. Check post number and then read each post carefully and see this comment is positive or negative. Sometimes you will see very strong negative comments from these users. When it's positive, and then this is how brands decide whether they want to retweet or they want to leave a comment through a quality tweet. By monitoring this conversation in real time, they can interact with these users in a timely manner. You want to also give a recognition to high-profile users. This time, click followers. You will see users who have large followers. Whenever you see high-profile users, give attention and then see who these users are. And whenever they share any good things, you think about whether you want to retweet their posts or you want to make a comment. Always find the potential for future relationship. This is a great opportunity for curated content, also create industry connection. You will see a lot of media posts, also key bloggers or thought leaders. This is really great information. Click one and see what they talked about. Some of these users could be also from high engaging users. If there's redundant post, move on to the next one and then see who this person. So this is media, or this is influencer, this is blogger. Figure out who this person is by checking out their description. And when it's negative, you want to carefully monitor the conversation, or sometimes you want to react directly, right? So this is really good information. After that, go back to dashboard and then move on. Then you will see related topic. There are 2 tabs, keywords and hashtag. You're going to analyze a hashtag. And this means along with your search terms people mentioned, hashtag or keywords, just quickly looking at the related hashtags, you can monitor the conversation in real time, very quickly. What are the major conversations going on? What kind of hashtag they use? Sometimes you will see, there's a boycott movement going on. It draws your attention right away. Larger font means higher frequency, give more attention to larger font. And sometimes you will see all the hashtags or keywords are exactly the same size. That means these hashtags or keywords coming from the same post or the same user. Click each hashtag that you want to evaluate and then see why people are mentioning and who is mentioning this hashtag. Sometimes you will see the foreign language in the top post or hashtag. When you think something is interesting, click it. You may find very important information. So click it. There's option, translate tweet. So click here, and then you can understand the conversation. A lot of users from Japan is actually engaging with your brand. So understand what's going on, have some context. We're going to talk about sentiment metrics for exercise 5. You don't need to analyze sentiment score for exercise 4. And then you will see the location data and the gender data. Whenever you hover your mouse, you will see the different frequency. You want to pay attention to the darker shade. It means a higher frequency. You want to understand where your conversation is happening, where the users are coming from. But this shows only fraction of data. It doesn't represent the total users. Whenever there's a darker shade, hover your mouse and figure out the country name. Most of users are coming from United States. It's because your search terms are written in English. So the data is skewed a little bit. You see a little bit darker shade in this country. You see the Japan, and then you figured out there's a conversation coming from Japan. So it matches. So that means Puma, there are a lot of users engaging in Japan. You can understand the context better. Then click USA tab as well. You can see the proportion by states. Conversations to come from major states, but sometimes conversation comes from Florida. There is some local events, so sometimes it makes sense more, right? And the gender, remember, larger population on Twitter is male. You will see a lot of users are actually male, even for female dominant brands. Also, thought leaders and media bloggers or press accounts are usually male users. That's why you see a little bit skewed data for male users. One area you want to pay attention to is these are just a fraction of data. Remember, your users are over 5,000 users, but whenever you hover your mouse, you see the only fraction of data. It shows only people who indicated their location or gender in the profile. Like less than 10% of people will indicate their location and gender. But still, it's better than nothing. You should not assume that these samples represent your entire users who mentioned your search term. Then check out some of the other metrics available. You can find specific links people share on their posts. You check these links. Feel free to browse more if you have interest. Also, in the next video, I will explain how to analyze sub-trackers. Thank you.